Kevin, Michael, and I were talking about this. I flew a Bonanza around the world back in 2017, and it would be so great to see once you guys are there, perhaps one of your caravans go around the world and really share that message of how incredible in terms of technology and capabilities. You guys have come. I think that would really help change the perception of the general public, just something, we were both talking about and we figured we'd share with you.
No, that sounds like a fun idea. I think
Yeah.
it's, I mean, I watched some of your videos before we talked here, and around the world is challenging regardless of what what technology or anything is on the aircraft. That's
Yeah.
a lot of logistics. It's not really I mean, obviously it's technically challenging, but it's mostly like the logistics, the cost.
Yeah.
There's a lot that goes into the planning that you had to undertake to do that. Incredibly impressive. Really appreciate what you've done in the industry. But it really makes me thinking about that. It makes me think about the Green Flight Challenge that Google sponsored in 2011,
Right. Yeah.
where they were looking at, okay, let's fly 200 miles, less than 2 hours, and they put a little carrot on a stick, right? And the
Yeah.
winner wins $1.5 million or something, right?
Yeah.
And so I think the round the world challenge, at least for a startup, would be a lot of money,
Yeah.
be a lot of
True.
logistics, take a lot of time from
Yeah.
testing. But I think maybe something like the autonomous flight challenge or something
Yeah.
Yeah.
with some carrot at the end, take off and land on several different types of runways, detect and avoid a few things in the air. Could be a fun challenge to throw a prize at the end and increase public awareness of the capabilities. But I love your idea too. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of options here we could consider.
Yeah.
But I think we definitely want to look at public perception and understand how do we start to grow. And I think cargo is a piece of that, obviously, in showing, hey, we've flown so much and carried so much of it, and then transitioning that. But I think there's other ways that we need to think about, how do we bring the public along to understand the capabilities and show that this has been around for a while. We've been flying aircraft for quite some time. I think the first autopilot was 1913 or so. So being able to really show and prove out the capability is of utmost importance.